Okay, I'm reviewing Wayward Pines Season 2 as a whole right now, Miss Cormier. So there's not a continuing story, but several stories for each episode that's supposed to be a continued story, and for each episode there's supposed to be a continued set, or there's a supposed to be. Remember how in season 1 there was one continued story, and how season 1 ended, and it made it look like it's going to be the son that was going to be the main star, and of our main character who sacrificed himself. Well, it literally slaps you right in the face by realizing all of that was completely worthless because he's not even a main character in season 2. And in fact, he gets gunned off pretty early on, along with the rest of the survivors. He is one of the leaders of survivors, and he gets executed on pretty early on in the episodes. I think episode 1 or 2 or 3 he gets executed off, or 5. My point is he gets executed off, and he barely gets any screen time, the kid. So what's the season about? I don't know the answer to that, but I think Shyamalan might know the answer to that. Now I say that, I doubt he knows what the season's about, because, well, we get a more fleshed out world of Wayward Pines, of the town, and remember those douchebags that came across as complete unsympathetic actuals to our main character in the first season? Turns out they're the good guys. And those creatures that were well, that killed a bunch of people. Turns out they're the next stage in evolution human history. And the leader is a female. And this doctor believes that there's no way it really can be a female, because it's never been scientifically possible that a female can exist, a female breed can exist. That there's only a male breed that can exist. And she gets killed off when the female breed, because she also doesn't believe that the female breed's intelligent. And our main character from season 1 points out that the female breed's just toying with them, as in she wants to be in the cage, but we don't know reason why. And Templar, she's not really the prisoner. It's the other way around. The people who put her in the cage are the prisoners. Is what the main character from season 1 says. He's become more of a side character since season 1 happened. How did he survive that explosion that should have dusted him? Not explained. Did he tell him that his son got gunned off? No. Who was the leader of the resistance? No, they didn't tell him that his son got murdered. So all of that stuff for season 2 was completely pointless, and that's probably why they canceled the show, because they raised had a feeling that the same thing was going to happen. For season 3, if there was one. And turns out the evil main bad guy of season 1, the short guy with the glasses that was going bald, was telling the complete 100% truth. Just left out the part that the creatures are a step, and next is this left out the part where the creatures is what humanity will eventually, and inevitably all humans will turn into, I guess. And the staff decides to go outside of enemy lines. In other words, he decides to go outside the walls to see what's among there. And what he finds and sees, and which our main character in season 1, what he finds he doesn't like, finds out, turns out there's like some sort of bald werewolves knockoffs monsters. I think that's season 1 or season 2. It's hard to tell with everything so smushed, crammed together. And this season ends on a more confusing, bizarre cliffhanger than season 1 did. No way, no way. Unlike season 1, where the season 1, I hate season 1, but at least it had build up, and the twist meant something at the end of season 1. Here, the twist is of season. The twist that in build up and payoff of the end of season 1, the twist is that the creatures get into Wayward Pine and starts killing everyone. And it ends on a more confused and bizarre note. Than season 1 did. And it makes season 1 look like a masterpiece when you compare them together. Like, it actually makes season 1 look generally good. Now, am I saying season 1 is good? No. But it does make a continuously story on, like, season 2, continuing story in a clear direction on where confusing narrator should take me at. That's boring as hell. Season 2 is just a mess from beginning to end. I feel bad for myself that I saw it, and I feel bad for anyone else who saw it, because this is one of the worst things that M. Night Shyamalan has done. This is the third worst thing he's done. I'm talking about season 2 compared to season 1. I thought season 1 was one of the worst things he's done, but then after season 2, I might have to rethink that. I don't know. So, season 1 and 2 are I guess the series is the third worst thing he's ever done in his career, and the second worst thing he's done is leading the war, and the first worst thing he's done is destroyed The Last Airbender franchise for those who ever love the series, and also destroy it for new generations, for newcomers, possibly, who want to get into the series but heard good things about it. he probably destroyed it for those people also, and they probably never picked up the series and trying watching it now. So it's 2010 last year. I've been to movies sometime about movie, not movies. That would imply that's more than one. So yeah, I'm giving this 1 out of 10. Um, I've seen worse, a lot worse. And I'm giving season 1 a 1 out of 10. The series as a whole is a 1 out of 10. It's just something you shouldn't watch. So I guess this is also a review on season 1, which I kind of worked in there. So I'm going to title this my review on season 1 and season 2. Okay, bye.